Taurus Sun, Taurus Rising, and Taurus Moon. Welcome to your Akashic Records reading for May 2021 by Ama LightWorker. Thank you very much for being here. Thank you for liking, sharing, and subscribing. If you are new, welcome to you. Please remember to subscribe and to turn on the notification bell. These, of course, are general readings. And for those of you who would like to know more, I have already uploaded a whole new reading for your sign and for each sign of the zodiac. And these readings are available for download and purchase. And for those of you who are interested, the link to the Vimeo videos is posted down here below in the show more description box. If you'd like to get a personal consultation with me, please visit my website www.amalightworker.com and email me at amalightworker@gmail.com. With that being said, now Taurus, Sun, Rising, and Moon, let's focus on this reading for you for May 2021. There is a general sense of you feeling a little bit uneasy. You may have dealt with certain changes in your recent life, and for many of you, there's more changes coming in. Not all of you are going to be too happy having to deal with certain changes. In some ways, whether you were aware of it or not aware of it, you have been going through this process of transformation and reinvention. The way how you feel is changing. The way how you think, your beliefs, your belief systems are changing. For many of you, you may have to deal with situations where you are going to get very much in touch with your emotions, raw emotions. And it's very important that you separate your emotions from having to make decisions. Don't make decisions based on your emotions, particularly when it comes to decisions about money, a financial agreement, a contract, or other documentations of importance. For many of you, you may have to deal with a collaboration of some kind or a partnership situation being presented to you. You may be asked to collaborate or to work a little bit more closely with a person at work, a group of people, or very closely with another department. You may have to deal with partnership situations where offers are going to be extended to you in terms of let's get together and let's do something together. Let's get together and let's do a business venture together, investment opportunities. So you have to carefully examine these opportunities because for some of you, you may not be too sure or too convinced about these opportunities being presented to you, and you need to carefully analyze everything. You need to carefully analyze emails, text message coming in or out. You may have to deal with some miscommunication issues, and that could lead to certain misunderstandings. This could be misunderstandings in terms of something you hear could be misinterpreted, or something you say, okay, or post on social media may be misinterpreted. You may also have to deal with situations due to technology malfunctioning or internet issues that could lead to other misunderstandings. You have to be very calm in your mind because now you need to separate the truth from illusion. Okay, you have to separate what takes on more priority. Do you need to focus more on your daily life? Is there a change that you need to make happen right now? Do you need to adapt to changes that maybe are taking place at work? For some of you, you may have to deal with changes that are going to take place in your work or in your work environment. You may have to deal with people in position of authority, superiors. You may have to deal with systems changing right now. That could be a system that you use for work. That could be an app that you use. That could be different files or systems in your computer. Something will be upgraded. It could be like an automated or a generated automatic update, and that it's going to take you some time to figure out what the new changes are all about and how to navigate through that. Some of you are going to be looking over contracts, documents. You may have to go over certain agreements. For some of you, this could be about properties you own, properties you like to own. It could be about landlords and tenants situations. And you also have to keep in mind that if you promise anything during this time, you are going to be held accountable. If you promise anything to a child, that child is going to hold you accountable. If you promise anything to a partner that you have, to a spouse, to a friend. So again, pay attention here not to overpromise, okay? Not to take on more than you can handle. For some of you, it may be time to slow down because, and I'm talking for those of you who are working too much or maybe even working long and extra hours. You are going to feel the need to take control, to take charge, and maybe to slow down a little bit. For other ones, if you have been looking for a new venture in business, it feels like you are going to be doing some research and you are going to be maybe educating yourself or trying to figure out what your next business venture might be. Many of you are going to be looking at gold, necklaces, diamonds. You're going to be looking at some luxury items or some expensive items. You may be thinking of gifting this item, and that's why you are shopping for it, okay, or researching online. And for some of you, it could be that during this time, surprisingly, you may get some gifts, okay, coming your way. Many of you Taurians are going to feel this sense of being blessed. And being blessed, it's not in terms of something wonderful is going to happen because life has always ways of surprising you. Okay? But this time around, it's about that positive change, that shift from within, you changing your belief system. Okay? Because when you believe that you are blessed, the universe has no other way but to respond back by bringing blessings your way. For some of you during this time, you may hear about a child being born, a child being baptized. There's going to be some renewal of vows for some of you. And for those of you that are in a relationship or married, and maybe the relationship or the marriage felt a little stale, or maybe your sexual life felt a little stale, now it feels like a certain new wave of passion is coming on. You are going to be able to redefine yourself again. You are going to be able to find a new purpose, a new direction. From this point on, and moving forward in the next 12 months of your life, and I got a similar message for other signs as well, and probably many of you felt this energy already in April. Your whole life is going to be going different, slightly in a different direction. Many of your affairs are now going to show up, particularly affairs that maybe you were not aware that something needs to be fixed. There's an error. Different situations, different things are going to come out. Anything that needs fixing, repairing, redirecting are going to come up so that you fix them. And with that, you are also going to be granted the opportunity to make it better. So over the course of the next 12 months, so to speak, you are going to be getting your affairs in order. For those of you who are dealing with a debt-related situation, again, things may come up, but you are also going to be granted a solution, a way to go about it, to resolve this debt situation. Many of you are going to be dealing with a mortgage-related situation, mortgage-related brochures, information, something that you are going to be looking for, and it's going to be in connection to an mortgage situation, to insurances of any kind. During this time, many of you are going to be looking to switch over. Okay, maybe you are going to be switching over from one provider to another provider. Okay, if you have utility bills, you may be looking into switching from one provider to another provider. If you get like TV, cable, or internet services, you may be looking from switching from one provider to another. And that could be the case also about switching doctors, okay, or switching clinics or doctors' offices. There's a lot that is happening in the air, in the ether, but it's all related to how you feel internally. So for a lot of you, something is about to be materialized, but I'm getting the sense toward the end of May, beginning of June, because how you feel at the beginning of May is going to be completely different by how you feel toward the end of May. Notice how you may be changing your mind during this time. Notice how you may be changing your feelings during this time. There is a certain sense that certain decisions that feel final may end up not being final. And even though I'm not getting a sense that you have too much to worry about, you may still be dealing with feelings of not feeling sure, not knowing what to do, or insecurities, because you may be dealing with situations that are out of your control. Do not neglect your health. If during this time certain symptoms flare up again, particularly for those of you who have like symptoms on and off, aches and pains that are seasonal, or like allergies or other conditions that are on and off, you may notice certain symptoms flaring up during this time. Many of you are going to be talking about upcoming travels, maybe even figuring out when to travel, when to go on vacation, when to organize a get-together, a gathering, an outing, when to organize maybe a nice dinner, a nice lunch, or going to a restaurant, or attending another kind of event. You may feel a little bit disappointed, okay? And it could be more than one situations from which you feel a little bit disappointed. It's very important that you also take a closer look at your expectations, okay? Because for many of you Taurians, also you have to understand your own tendency to feel disappointed, okay? So this time around, there's a lot more emphasis on your tendency to feel disappointed. Sometimes it's okay to go within, to contemplate, to take your time to think things through, to figure out your next step. In May, you are going to figure out the details of something that you are trying to get off the ground. You are going to figure out the details of a website, if it is something in regards to website, figuring out details in regards to payments, finances. Okay, how to finance a project, how to pay for a mortgage, how to bring in more income. You are going to figure out the details to what's coming next. And for many of you, the Akashic records are showing me images of many of you having to go through a brochure with instructions. Some of you are going to be going through instructions given to you by the workplace, okay? You may have to deal with the security alarm, okay? This could be the security alarm in your car, in your home, and maybe you have to deal with special passwords in connection to this security alarm. You are going to be a lot more aware of what is happening in the neighbors around you, what's happening with people around you in your neighborhood, what's happening in a community where you belong. There is this general sense that now you are now ready to take on more. You are now ready to be more happy. Maybe you weren't so ready before, because for many of you, maybe you were going through a time of your life when life felt the same, or maybe it was boring, or maybe you struggled emotionally in other ways. Maybe you felt a little bit isolated, disconnected, or maybe even for some of you, you also felt a little bit depressed. Clearly, that's not going to make sense to everyone. Now there is this sense that a certain passion is coming back, a desire to live your life, more joy, and you are going to feel this great need and desire to have some kind of a break with the past. Some of you are going to have to negotiate, and you have to be very diplomatic about. Maybe you have to hire people to represent you in some ways, or to take your place. Many of you are going to have to deal with divorce settlements, the settlement of an agreement, the settlement of an estate. It could be in regards to an inheritance. It could be about contracts, dealings, and negotiations of it accordingly. You may have to negotiate your position at work. What can you do and what you cannot do. For many of you, you may be getting ready to transition either to a new job position within the company that you have. You may be getting ready to even move, because I'm getting the sense that for some of you, the department where you work, it's physically changing or physically moving. Some of you are going to be looking into the job market to see what else is available out there. I'm not getting the sense that some of you have the urgency to change your job now, but I'm getting the sense that down the line, okay, in the next 12 months, you would like to have something different for your work or for your career. So you may be figuring out now, what do you need, what criteria you need to fulfill now, so that eventually you change your job. I get a sense of some of you receiving flowers, thinking of reaching out to someone or doing something nice for another person. This could be in regards to a holiday. This could be in regards to a birthday. Or I'm even getting the sense of some of you either receiving a sympathy card or sending a sympathy card. You have to trust your instinct, okay? If something in your gut tells you that you have to be wary of a person, you have to be wary of a certain environment, sometimes you just have to trust that instinct. This is not a good time for you to confront anyone purely based on a gut instinct. If you have to confront someone, or if you are forced to confront someone, it's best if you gather evidence, and it's best if you confront a person or a situation with proof. So just your gut instinct alone, it's not going to be enough, but it's okay for you to trust your gut instinct. Pay attention to your dreams, because your dreams are going to be very vivid. Some of you have to deal with home repairs, renovations of some kind, because I'm showing like water pipes, having other water problems in your home, in your faucet, in your bathroom, something getting clogged. I'm also getting a sense of some of you getting your shoe or your foot stuck somewhere. So careful when you walk, the tendency to fall, or the tendency to have like little mishaps here and there. You're going to be a little bit distracted. Some of you are going to be looking into the possibility of trading something old for something new. You may be turning in your old car and get an agreement about getting a new car, or your computer, or something else. But I'm getting the sense that there's a lot of activity, and you're going to try to either return something or negotiate so that you can turn in something old and put maybe that value toward something new. Some of you are going to be dealing with situations where someone is going to arrange for you to meet somebody. Somebody's going to arrange for you to meet a prospective business partner, okay, a prospective investor. Okay, some of you are going to get news, or somebody may be approaching you with the idea, how about I set you up on a date, or how about, you know, even some kind of a marriage proposal, marriage situation, or even arranged marriage situation. So when it comes to love, it feels like you're going to get some kind of an offer, something being offered to you. I hope that this is making sense to you. Do leave me a comment down here below. I'm always curious to hear from you. You can always go to my website, www.amalightworker.com, and email me at amalightworker@gmail.com if you'd like to book a private consultation with me. And if you'd like to know more, of course, I have already uploaded a whole new reading for your sign, and for other signs as well, and it's available for download and purchase through vimeo.com, and the link for it is down here below in the show more description box. Thank you very much once more for being here. Like, share, subscribe, turn on the notification bell, and I'm looking forward to reconnecting with you in the next video. Bye for now.